right, John. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, it's gonna be great. A probate, huh? Okay. Thanks. Bye. Hey, Nick. What are you doing?
Oh, Mikey, what are you doing here?
You sleeping all day?
No. I was up way while you were still sleeping. I went out to Covina to do all the legwork there. I put the flyers up. I put the notices for the open house this weekend. I cruised the whole area over there and marked the spaces. We're going to put the signs. I did all that, and I'm tired now. What are you up to?
Well, I was just talking to a new client. I got a new listing.
Good.
The only problem, it's a probate.
Probate suck.
Big time. I have no idea where to start, what to do, who to call.
I know. I'm going to call our friend Rami. He's an attorney and a specialist in probate. So we're going to get all the questions answered by the end of the day. Sounds like a deal?
Sounds good.
I'll see you later, dude.
Thanks, Nick.
Hey, Rami.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Rami. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good to
Nice
see you.
To see you.
Busy?
Trying to keep busy, yeah.
Busy is good. Have a seat. Got
Excellent.
a problem.
All right, let's hear it.
Probate.
Oh,
Probate sucks.
big time.
I know. Well, this is the thing we have on the table. We have a listing, and it's a probate.
Okay.
So I got to know everything about it.
Probate, as you might know, is really a court supervised process. So if somebody dies with a will or without a will, the court is in charge of overseeing the payment of their debts and the distribution of their assets to their rightful beneficiaries.
Okay.
It's kind of an involved process. Assuming there are no problems, probate can take anywhere from a year to 18 months.
Whoa.
Now, by problems, I mean if anyone challenges the validity of the will or if anyone objects for any reason. If that happens, the length of time goes up as well as the fees.
So you're saying with a will or without a will, you're in probate.
Right. Even if you have a will, assuming there's nothing more, a person who passes away would have to, their estate would have to go through probate.
Okay. So what's the big challenge there? With the time, and well, you're talking money and you're talking time.
We talked about the time. A lot of people find a problem with the fees. Probate fees are set by California law. So an estate, for example, that's worth about $300,000 would end up costing about $18,000 in probate fees.
Wow.
An estate that's $500,000, for example, and this is the gross value of the estate. It doesn't matter if there are mortgages on the property that's in the estate. A $500,000 estate would cost approximately $26,000 in probate fees.
Who's going to come up with that money?
All the money has to come out of the estate.
Wow.
If there are no liquidity in the estate, then some of the assets, would have to be sold. Now, that doesn't take into account what are called extraordinary fees. So if an attorney has to, for example, assist in the sale of property, they get to charge hourly for that, and they get to charge above this statutory rate.
Wow.
And if there are any challenges or any litigation that has to take place, the attorney again can charge fees in excess of the fees I already talked about.
So you got the time involved, you got the fees involved. Is there a way around this?
One of the best solutions is to establish what's called a living trust.
How does trust avoid probate?
Well, it's a good question. Under California law, assets that are in a trust aren't subject to probate administration. So basically, you're avoiding the length of time it would take for probate to finish. You're avoiding the probate fees that you'd have to pay otherwise. And unlike probate, a trust is private. So the details of your assets are not a matter of public record, like they would be if you didn't have a trust.
Okay. Well, let's go to the coffee shop next door.
Let's do it.
So, Rami, now that I got my cup of coffee, what is a trust?
The analogy I like to use is that of a box. What a trust is a box that you set up during your lifetime, and after you set it up, you put your assets into the box. You put your house, you can put your automobiles, investment properties, any assets that you own, you put them into the trust, and you have the power to manage them as you would if the trust didn't exist. You can take assets out, you can put new assets in, you can move them around. You have
even
full
the
power.
cars and anything that you have.
Anything you want, right? Bank accounts, things like that. If you decide you don't want the trust later on, you can revoke it. You can get rid of it. right? You have complete power over your assets during your lifetime.
Okay.
Now, the true power comes after somebody passes away, because instead of going through probate, the box merely passes on to the person that you designate as your successor trustee.
Okay.
The trustee is the person with the
I
power
can do
to
whatever I
manage.
want with it?
Not whatever you want. The trustee can manage the assets, but they're bound by the set of instructions that you have pasted onto the side of the box. Okay? So basically, you have full power of management of your assets after your death. You can decide if you want to have your assets go to your loved ones outright, or to keep them in trust if you have beneficiaries that are underage or have creditors that you want to worry about.
Cool. So that must have some fee associated with it.
It does, but you'd be surprised at how low that fee might be compared to what your loved ones would potentially have to pay in probate fees.
So I see only benefits. You know, you have this one bag of worms with all these fees and time involved in the probate,
Right.
and you get all the solution where you comprise your box the way you want, and then just pass it on without any hassle.
Right. You avoid the delay of probate because the trustee can essentially take control of the trust the same day. You avoid the fees because you're not having to go to court for court supervision over every decision. And the contents of the trust remain private.
I see no reason why somebody wouldn't create a trust just to avoid that hassle, but you know what? We got a probate on our hands. Can you help me with it?
I can. Let's go get it done.
All right.
Oh, that was great.
Hey, thanks, Rami. Thanks
for
so
the
much.
coffee. My
I'll talk to you
pleasure.
later.
Okay.
Thanks,
So
buddy.
give me a call.
I was specific.
Hey, I got it. We got the good news and the bad news. The bad news, probate sucks. The good news, however, is all you need to do is buy a trust. It's a box, about this big.